Hey everybody, welcome to Pilates for Feet. This is a little workout session for your foot muscles, which is awesome because it will give your feet some strength. And the feet are so important to have strong, right? Because they hold you up the entire day. They hold your whole structure up. And if your feet are weak or if your feet are having issues, then it's particularly important to give them some of that strength, to give them a good solid foundation for your body to stand up on. So let's get started. For this particular workout, we are going to have a Theraband. So if you have one, that's awesome. I will also have a link in this video to where to buy one if you need one. And by all means, if you don't have one right now, you don't need one. You can do it as sort of pretending that you have a Theraband and your feet will still get a good amount of work. So let's get started. You're gonna turn onto your mat and we're just gonna start no Theraband yet. So we'll put that aside for right now. And what we're gonna practice is our foot doming. So I'll show you on this foot here. When I dome my foot, what I'm gonna try to do is scrunch my foot up so that I create a higher arch in my foot. And then I'm gonna extend and kind of reach my foot out. So I'm gonna exhale and dome my foot, bringing that arch higher, and then I'm gonna slide the toes and the heel away from one another. I'm showing you with my hand too, because a hand is a little more articulate than the foot. But what I wanna do is not crunch my toes underneath. I'm just kind of pulling, almost if I had to like drag the mat into my body without curling the toes under. How much doming can I get? And then I'm gonna extend the foot out. So sitting in a comfortable position, we're going to go ahead and have both feet out, yeah? And you're welcome to do this 1 foot at a time too, but we're gonna do 2 at a time. And so I'm gonna pull the mat, almost like I'm suction cupping the mat closer to me. I'm pulling and I'm doming the foot up, and then I'm sliding the feet out, stretching my toes and my heels away. I'm gonna exhale and I'm gonna dome my foot, my feet up, trying to create that, woo, and then extend. I really feel that in the arches of my feet. Yeah, you might too. You might even start cramping a little bit. Go ahead and dome the feet. Try not to curl the toes under. They can pull, but not curl. And then extend long. Yeah, almost as if you're gonna drag a towel to you with your toes, which you actually can take a towel and drag it to you too. But for purposes of not too many props, we're just gonna pretend that we have a towel. And then exhale, doming and working. Yeah, so if you feel a lot of cramping, just shake it out a little bit and then join back in when you can. And the more that you do this, the actual less cramping you will have, because the cramping is happening because the feet are a little weak and not used to doing this kind of movement. So as they gain strength, the cramping will subside. Good, dome it and reach it. Can we do 4 more? And we do 4. And reach. Good. Exhale, 3. And reach. Good. And exhale, pull. Ooh. And reach. Last time we exhale, dome, dome, dome. And reach. Great. Okay, lengthen your legs out. Just wiggle your feet out a little bit. You'll probably feel a lot of work there. All right, now we're just gonna sit again, comfortable position. If you feel like you need something underneath your sit bones, you're more than welcome to do that. If you need a little bend of your knees while we're doing this, also fine. So grabbing our Theraband. I have a blue Theraband, which the color blue is usually a medium weight, not too light, not too heavy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put it over the top of my foot and I'm gonna crisscross the band. So I have an X. And I want a hoodie over the foot. So try to get that Theraband to really cover the ball of your foot and your toes. And then I'm going to go ahead and press the ball of my foot away. Now I'm holding onto my Theraband. I'm using my core. My shoulders are back. My spine is tall. I'm going to try to keep that great posture while I'm doing my feet. So ball of the foot goes forward, and then you're going to point the toes through the Theraband, almost as if I'm trying to touch the top of my foot to the Theraband itself. And then I'm going to pull the toes back, and I'm going to flex that foot nice and strong. I'm going to push through the ball of my foot and point the toes, and then I'm going to pull the toes back and pull the whole foot back. So ball of the foot, and press and reach, toes come back, a whole foot flexes and comes back. So when you're doing this, go ahead and keep going with me. When you're doing this, you want to see if you can think about if your foot had a spine right down the center. Can you go right through the center of your foot as you're reaching, bending, and moving it? Meaning that as I go through the Theraband, I don't wiggle off to one side or the other. I'm really pressing directly through the center of the foot, and then I'm coming back through the center of the foot. There's no off-roading with our feet in this position. So reaching and pressing, good, and bringing it back. Let's do 4. And push, ball of the foot pressing first, then the toes reach and lengthen over the edge of my mat. Again, I'm not trying to curl my toes, I'm trying to reach them. Toes come back, whole foot comes back. And then again, pressing through the ball of the foot, reaching the toes long. Toes come back, ball of the foot comes back, good. And again, pressing and reaching. Toes come back, ball of the foot comes back last time, and ball of the foot, and toes reach, and toes come back, and foot comes back. Okay, now we're going to take some circles. So I'm going to circle the foot around 8 times in one direction. And what I'm looking for is really to make sure, if your hoodie comes off, just readjust. Whoops. Just readjust the whole Theraband if you need to. And what I'm looking for is that my leg stays very stationary as my foot circles around, so that I'm really getting the range of motion through my ankle and my foot instead of my leg doing the work. Almost as if you had like paint on your big toe and you're trying to really paint a big red circle all the way around without moving this leg as much as possible. We're going to do 2 more. You keep breathing. Good. And 1 more. Awesome. And then let's reverse it. Reversing down and around 1. And down and around 2. Again, you can just adjust your Theraband as you go. Down and around 3. Down and around 4. Down and around 5. And I'm pointing and flexing as I go. So I'm pointing as I go down and I'm flexing as I come around. Good, 2 more. 2 and up. And 1 more. 1 and around. Fantastic. Take that Theraband off. Just give a little wiggle. And we can do a little experiment here too, where we're just going to point through the feet and flex through the feet a couple times so that you can really feel the difference between your feet. And the one that did the Theraband work should feel like it has more range, it's more fluid, it's open, it can really articulate easier than the other one. All right, let's take the other side. So we're going to take the Theraband around the ball and the toes, crossing that Theraband, making an X. And then this non-working leg can just kind of hang, but we're still sitting tall. Our shoulders are pulled back, our elbows are pulled back. And then we're going to go ahead and ball of the foot, and then you press through the toes, and then toes come back, and whole foot flexes back. So again, I'm really trying to think of, if my foot had a spine right down the center, that I would be really pressing and reaching through the center of my foot, through that foot spine, we'll call it. Good. And ball of the foot and reaching. Toes don't curl, they just lengthen. Toes pull back, whole foot pulls back. And ball of the foot and press, and toes and back. And now this is a pretty good pace too. You don't want to do this super fast, because then you kind of bypass the tension or the strength that you're gaining through these little micro movements. And that's what we're going for. So not too fast, but not too slow. Good medium pace that you can feel and really articulate through everything. Good, let's do 3 here. Exhaling, reaching, and coming on back. And 2 more times, ball of the foot and reach the toes. Toes come back and flex. And 1 more time, ball of the foot and press through. Toes come back and whole foot flexes. All right, now we're gonna go into the circles. So I'm gonna circle out and around first. Again, trying to keep the leg that you're circling, the leg that the foot is circling, that's gonna stay stationary. So you're gonna keep that really solid and just do all your work from your ankle and down. And I'm pointing my toes as I go down, and I'm flexing my toes as I come around. So let's do a few more. I'm just gonna bend my knee so you guys can see the Theraband a little bit better here. And 2, good, and last one. All right, let's take it on the reverse. Again, adjusting the Theraband if needed. So you're gonna point through down and around 1, exhale down and around 2, exhale down and around 3, exhale down and around 4, exhale down and around 5, good. Exhale down and around 6, ooh, feel the work now, and down and around 7, last one, and down and around 8. Good, all right, and release that. Okay, go ahead and give the legs and the feet a little wiggle. Let's do our pointing and flexing again to kind of like feel that out, what happens to our feet after we do that work. So sitting tall, I'm just gonna point through the feet, I'm gonna flex, I'm gonna point, and I'm gonna flex, and wow, my foot feels so good. Both my feet feel really good. They feel like they can work and move and have some juice flowing in them, right? One more time, we're gonna reach them long and then bring them back, good. All right, set your Theraband aside. Give you 1 more here that you can work on, and this is something to sort of work up to if we don't have this articulation yet. So my feet are going to practice doing 1 individual touchdown at a time and 1 individual lift at a time. So I'm gonna take all my 10 toes up, and then I'm gonna put all my 10 toes down. I'm gonna do that a few times to warm up. Up, everything lifts, and everything lowers down. Everything lifts, all my 10 toes are lifting, and all my 10 toes are lowering, and then we'll do 1 more. All 10 toes lift, and all 10 toes drop down. All right, now all 10 toes lift again. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to get each toe down 1 at a time. Oh my God, individually, right? So hard. So we're gonna go pinky goes down, next one, next one, next one, big toe. And then we reverse it. We go big toe up, second toe up, third toe up, fourth toe, pinky. Yeah? And then again, pinky, fourth toe, third toe, second toe, big toe. And it's really challenging because it's like your brain has to send a message all the way down to the very bottom of your feet. And sometimes that pathway isn't really clear yet. So we'll finagle and we'll fidget and we'll kind of not be able to do it as much at first maybe, but the more that you practice, you'll be able to get that. Good, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, and fifth toe, fourth, third, second, big toe. One more time, lifting them up. We go big toe up, second toe up, third toe up, fourth toe up, fifth toe, and release everything down. So that's something that you can take with you and try to articulate through and do. Even while you're at your desk, you can practice that. Or if you're standing, you can even practice it wherever you are. If you have kids, if you have small kids like me, we play with our feet and do that kind of stuff. It's kind of fun to do with them. So I encourage you to take that with you. So hopefully your feet are feeling happy and rejuvenated, and I will see you next time.